So let me ask Kevin, I'm going to start here. Kevin, you mentioned that you record some that are interview, some that are solo. Let me ask you, why do you do some that are interview, some are solo? Why don't you choose one or the other?
Well, a podcaster, I realized I have a lot to say. And no, really the main point for me is doing the interviews. I love it because you get this opportunity to meet people, to share their stories, but I don't really get to kind of paint myself as the expert. And so by me being able to do some solo episodes as well, for one thing, it gets the audience to know me, just me, instead of me always interviewing the expert. And therefore it kind of puts that, goodness, kind of marketing me as a professional, okay, with me being a coach.
So, okay, because you're a coach. And yes. Yeah, no, I love that. And I think we should stay on that for a second because so you got the podcast. And again, it's called Grit, Grace, and Inspiration. The link's in the show notes for the listener so they could just pull down. It's about keeping a positive mindset, how to be happy, inspiring stories, motivational talk, self-help. And Kevin's talking about how one of the reasons why he does solos is because he needs to let the listener know who he is, like that he is an expert, what his personality is, so they can get to know him. And I bet you, Kevin, I'm just going to ask you if you've had this ever happen. You get on a call with a potential client and they tell you something like, I'm a fan. It's crazy to see you in person or to be talking to you when I feel like I know you already because I listened to some number of your episodes. Do you ever have that where someone says something like, I was listening to your podcast for a while before I'm actually talking to you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when that happens, do you feel like because you do the solo episodes, that it's kind of a benefit? It's a benefit to you in that relationship versus if you were only interviewing people?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think the funny thing is me, myself, I get excited the most about the interview episodes because it's like this really cool guest with their awesome story. But really, people really want to hear like our story, and they want to hear from us directly. And so it always surprises me when people comment about, oh man, I loved like your, episode, the solo episode you did last time. Like, oh, okay. Well, what about the interview? So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm curious about that. And how you go about having your story on the solo episodes, because if I was brand new, if I was a completely brand new podcaster, I never did it before, and I didn't really know how it works, I certainly would have the question right now, like, are the solos supposed to be the same story every time? Are the solos supposed to be the same story, but different chapters? Or are the solos supposed to be just random, different stories that have learning lessons along the way? What do you think?
Yeah. So the way that I work it for my own show is each solo episode is me really like either diving in deep into a topic, or most of the time it's teaching something. And in amongst of me teaching or sharing, this insights on a topic, I incorporate pieces of my story in with it. Mm-hmm. So that way Perfect. It kind of helps to relate it back to me and gets, just that my own personality, my own flavor, my own flair that people are getting used to.